you guys? How you doing? It is it's another Sunday. So, with that said, yeah, I know the title looks a little funny because there's a whole bunch of well, T72s out of this box that Keegan got at the auction. So it is basically this guy here, Perchenko's Bears. This is a pretty good box we got. Oh, hello, Superfly. You love some tanks? Let me show you this, sir. I know you're the first ones to jump in, so watch this. This is kind of what that box there was. The box that one of the boxes Keegan got at the auction at in Kansas City, Missouri there. And so let me go down one more camera here. There we go. So you can see a bunch of these sprues. It was 10 of them that come in. Let me move my little Warhammer guy. So been working on them. Some of them were already built. What I did was magnetize them. This scale is 15 millimeter. It's Team Yankee. They're not too tiny, really. I mean, but when you magnetize the turrets, you can swap the barrels out, and the magnets are strong enough that you can put them on there and they're not going to come off. So those are Team Yankees, but like this box here, man, what it come with was 10 T-72s and 2 Hind helicopters. So the helicopters are there to build, and the Hinds are kind of nasty too. Now the T-72s are so-so. They're pretty good. I mean, they can be destroyed easy, but this box came with 9 of them. Actually, it came with 10, counting them up. So just in the process of putting that together, Superfly, and then these are your helicopter sprues. Hey, Mini Warm-Up, what's up, sir? So these are the Hinds. So that's what's sitting on my desk here to work on. I just started last night. Some of these a couple of them were pre-built, so every one of these is magnetized, and that just makes it easier. So yeah, so they're 15 millimeter tanks, and that's kind of where it's at. There was another box that Keegan got to in that auction. It was this one, Superfly. It is the U.S. one. So it comes with the M1 Abrams and then 2 of the Cobra attack helicopters. Now he got both these boxes with all the sprues in them complete for $15. So it's pretty cool. But he's having me put them together, so gives me something to do. I know I got the other guys over there. I'm still working on my Black Templars, but I thought I want to go ahead and get that done. And hey, Mini Warm-Up, as long as you're there, sir, let me show you this little guy. Remember that cowboy that Clint gave me that I've been working on? I finally got him done. I know you may not be able to see it so well, but he's got his jeans, he's got his little brass boots, and then his coat. So maybe I'll put a little bit of brown wash and, yes, Superfly, $15 US for both boxes. Considering Brandon Boys runs 100 to 110 and the other one's 90, he got $200 worth of plastic for $15. Yeah. So, but yeah, so this guy, he's pretty much done. So Greg's desk a little bit cluttered, as you can see. I got my stuff over there, but a few different projects. So last night I was just getting the tanks magnetized. I think tonight I'm going to try and build these guys, finish them up, and I was going to do some some Russian green on them, but I realized this bottle needs to be refilled. So I'll have to go get some more before I can coat them up. And I want to do a little bit of I got some Vallejo rust wash coming. No, you know what, Mini Warmont? I don't know if it's from the Wild West or not. I forgot to ask Clint. I know I asked him back, but I just don't remember. And mainly what I did is the reason I wanted to experiment on him, okay? Why do you think? Because I got all those nice miniatures from Wiley Miniatures too. And I wanted to see, okay, do I have the paints to do some different browns? Because the cowboy stuff is brown. You know, the leather's brown. The wood stock on the rifles would be brown. Their coats are going to be some sort of tan brown, you know, multiple different kinds of browns. So he's the experiment to see what I could do maybe with the others, because, you know, the others are plain. And then I got this one guy here for $2. He's a cowboy too. I'm going to use him because he's got a machete, a lasso, and a pistol, and a sawed-off shotgun on the back. He's a Reaper Bones guy. Frank Buck, if you're looking for the model. It was $3, $2.99. But he has multiple weapon options, so I thought, I've got to do something, so I experimented on Clint's figure first. The Dirty Dog stuff? No, this is like well, I'm not familiar with that, but Vallejo has Superfly. So you got your rust effects, right? For instance, game effects, like this is oxide rust in and of itself. But see, still, it's bright, but it doesn't dry, obviously, as bright. It dries kind of like, this is what it says, oxide rust. And if I get that Necron I did for Keegan, you look at his foot, I put some rust in there. The camera doesn't really show, it turns more of a reddish color. It needs to be darkened. So if I'm going to put like rust on something, I wanted to wash it with something appropriate. So I got some Vallejo rust color wash coming. It was only $5 for the bottle. So, and you prefer dried pigments over washes? Yeah, I understand that. Superfly, I get that. But just for some like quick painting, because on the tanks, when you do the treads, I mean, you don't have to. It's me. I wanted to get something where maybe you could highlight little bits of where it's going to wear on the tank treads. You know what I mean? You're going to have little bits of rust. So in all, because I'm a plastic addict, sir, it was a good excuse to just buy the Vallejo wash. How's that? So you can do it multiple different ways. Yeah, I'm going to try that, and I'll let you guys know how that goes, because on certain things I want a little bit of a rust look, not overpowering, but then again, I have all that Warhammer stuff that's been painted that I want to go back over on some of it, because, you know, it's in the future, in the middle of war, and so on. So then we'd have a bunch of rust. The texture, yeah, I'm not looking so much for texture as I want a rust look to it. So yeah, you could get the texture. Well, I think that wash would go good over that. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of it. Keegan just bought some too from Citadel, and it's one of the it breaks up, it crackles and breaks up. Man, my mind is out there. It breaks up. Anyways, I think it would look like you could do that to a building that, say, had metal. It would look like peeling rust is what I would do with it. I think everybody uses it for a ground effect, but I think if you did it literally lightly, it's going to look like, you know, the metal's curled up or it's just deteriorating. So we'll see. But that's just me. I mean, I just, you know, don't have to add that effect to the tanks, obviously. I don't even have to paint them, although I'm like the rest of you guys. I want to paint my stuff and throw it out because, you know, there's a difference between this, you know, and finished. So big difference. And so, yeah, so that's why I want to do that, Superfly. But for Mini Warmite, yeah, I wanted to practice the Western colors because when we do the fistful lead and you've got that cool Western terrain, I kind of want my guys to fit in, even if they are steampunkish like that dude there, but still, he's got that cowboy look. The Kai texture paste, no. No, Superfly I have not. Is that, yeah, like crackle paint? That's kind of what Keegan has is it crackles up. A lot of people too, you can use it for the lava effects and stuff, I guess, but I have not used that particular paste yet, no. But I do like some of the pre-done texture, Technicolors, because we can all do the glue and the sand and all that and paint it and backwash it and whatnot. But when you just don't have that kind of time or trying to prepare a lot for a game, or sometimes it's easier to put the effects stuff in there and let it do its job. Yeah, no, I got you, Mini Warmut. I paint my minis to a point where they look good too. You can go overkill. I really don't. I could I'll show you my Team Yankee stuff I think I have before. I don't go overkill. I just try to match what the company puts out there. Or in my case, just for the hell of it and just as a reason to buy another paint, I just want to see how that rust wash works with the oxide rust paint. Because I think the two together will get that little bit of an edge, which if it works out the way I'm hoping it does, the Warhammer stuff on some of the buildings, you could go over the edges of that. Because ironically, we played a little bit, and somebody jumped in on one of our things and go, "Oh, you didn't paint your train." Well, no, we didn't. We just put it together and played Kill Team. So well, hey Millers, how are you, sir? I'm glad you showed up. Um, but Millers, we were just talking about rust effects and whatnot. So that's what we're. Yeah, you don't got time for awards, only victories. You, sir, have time for tacos, Mini Warmut. I know you got time for that. But yeah, I'm not looking for awards. I'm just messing around with stuff, So, but as my forces go, they're pretty much just painted. I followed the painting guides and I got them to where they're tabletop ready, and then I play with them. But I don't look for awards. I just look to try to have some fun and better myself a little bit with what I'm doing. And so all these sprues here, that'll give me something to do tonight before I go pick my son up from work. So, um, you know how it goes, right? You got to have a reason. Oh, Millers, you're painting your Marines for another glorious day in the Corps, huh? All right. Um, they look much better painted. Yes, sir. And that is a fun game. So I got the the badass expansion pack for it, which I have to put those guys together and paint them up too. And I got the Queen. So somewhere in this pile, it gets jumbled a bit. But as far as this goes, I want to get the Russian forces done just because then I can play against myself. I really can't play West Germans against the U.S. or some other ally. So these will be good for me because then I can do some of the solo stuff if I need to also. You're gonna set up Zombicide in a couple of minutes. Oh, nice. Are you gonna stream that then, Mini Warmut? Or are you just gaming in your room there on a custom mission? And Millers, yeah, that's a nice little addition to it. The Queen's cool also. You could get that set. Sometimes I notice that Queen's popular. Every once in a while it goes out of stock. But yeah, for sure. If I like the game, so you don't have to paint them. I know all of us here want to paint our stuff, so paint it's more fun, I think, and they pop a lot better. But the Queen set is way worth it. And there's a couple of those. They also have Millers. They also have the like the computer terminals and things like that that you can pick up for it. There's a set of those also um, that you can put on there too. But yeah, it's a fun game. I wish more people would pick it up and try it. I think it's an aggressive game, though, man. You're going to have to work on it, but it gets to be quite aggressive from the aliens. And mini warm-up, you're going to go on and on and on until your Undead or Alive Kickstarter arrives in July. In July? Well, that's not too far off for a Kickstarter mini warm-up. I mean, oh, okay. Miller says he's going to try and get some of those doors printed. Let me know how that goes, Millers, because that would be cool. Since I gave the printer to Keegan, he's just been going to town printing the hell out of everything. So he just finished up 2 dice towers for both my son's girlfriends, because they're getting into playing. We created some future gamer girls with that one, so that's good. And now that they've got their own dice towers, they're both excited. Actually, the one, let me show you this one. Where did it go? Hold on. I think it is. So this one here is the TARDIS. Let me show you that. Dice towers that need a Surgeon General warning. There you go. So this one here is from Doctor Who. The phone booth. So my one son, his girlfriend loves Doctor Who. So there's they going at the top. The print came out pretty clean. He just did it yesterday, so there's a little bit of trim, little bits. But see, the overall print, I mean, it come out really nice. Oops, sorry, I had it out of the camera there. So little bits of trim at the top, which happens on all these prints because it's an overhang piece there. But overall, the body of it, I think, came out pretty well. And so she got it. She was really happy. And first thing she did is go, Greg, I need a die. And so I gave her a dice, and she stuck it right down on the floor and started rolling dice through it. So, yeah, it rolls them pretty good. So, Gamer Girls, God's work. Yes, sir, Mr. Superfly. The more women that can get in a game, I think the better. Not only women competitive, it also helps when your significant other is a gamer also, right? Unless you're mini warm-up, because then you'd have to share tacos and all that stuff too. But, it helps to have the other person that you hang out with be into gaming. And so a dice tower makes it more personal and more fun for her. And so she only played one game of Star Wars X-Wing and was literally just hooked. So that's cool. Ooh, we got a spider crawling around. That's not good. I don't know where he went. So, Gamer Girls, yes. But that dice tower came out pretty good. And then the other one, mini warm-up, let me switch this back over. The other one's more of it looks more of Warhammer, like a cathedral, like the citadels they have. And it's tall. So that one was straight up pink, and it come out pretty good. So, yeah, getting them involved, lets the boys stay involved. It's just going to cost my sons more money. I know, well, life costs money, right? Mini warm-up. I'm not sure. I'm not sure there about Brian. I reached out to him a little bit. I'll probably try to give him another call too. All right, Superfly, your wife likes it. Nice, you're knee deep in plastic. See, it's more fun, I think, man. And I've run across like our group on our Facebook. There's um, like about 1,500 of them in our Facebook group, and out of that, I'd say 600, 700 are women gamers, and a lot of them are kind of quiet, watch everything, and I'll get emails and stuff. So there's a lot of women are interested in gaming, man, and that want to game. So the more that are they'll hop in and game, I just think the better off the whole gaming industry is too. Um, so both of my sons got the ladies there with those ladies are pretty competitive. One or two games and that's it. They're competitive now, so um, it'd be fun for them. But if you're knee deep in plastic, man, that just makes life better, right? Superfly. I mean, because honestly, when you're a plastic addict, the smell of a fresh bunches of sprues when you open a box, pretty satisfying. In this case, yeah, it's fun. So it's all good. Yeah, Superfly. When I started Gamers of Coffee, I started it long before YouTube. So I started it on Facebook. So Facebook group has about 1,500 people. I got in on my Facebook page is another 2,300 or so. So between the two, the page and the group, there's about 4,000 people that follow it. And about 3,000 on TikTok and 1,700 on Instagram. So I'm kind of proud of myself. I have stuff kind of scattered out, but it's all tied together. YouTube, it's interesting. I'll do stuff on YouTube and you guys come by and you say hi and stuff. But when I put that link over to Facebook, it might sit there for a while, but on the analytics end and the admin end, then you'll see that eventually it just gets more views through Facebook, you know. So if I put the videos there, like Mini Warm, he prefers the fresh smell of shredded beef tacos. Oh man, yeah, I got you there, man. I just come out there to Arizona to get some good authentic Hispanic food. How's that? How's that? Because Taco Bell is not authentic. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, Superfly. Just I'm a little busy everywhere else, so sometimes I'll do other things on the other platforms, and not necessarily always to YouTube. Um, so although ask Mini Warmut, he was there one day. I don't know how we did it, but we had 300 something people in the chat, like nonstop. He can testify to that. But I don't know. It was into the year gaming. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But YouTube's kind of weird. Go look at my videos. Some of them have 300 views, and others have 22,000. And I don't get it. I mean, I don't get it. So I pretty much do them the same. I just throw it out there. Whatever it does, I guess. I just have fun chit-chatting with other gamers. And our group's kind of all over the place on gaming. So video games, you know, and such also, along with the board games and the miniatures. The miniatures are just, they're more fun to put together. But, you know, if it's video games, I like first-person shooters, Superfly. So mostly I like, you know, Battlefield or when Call of Duty is okay, although it's kind of gone downhill over the last few years. But um, tagging will help somewhat. Yep, Mini Wormut, and somewhat you just it has to get around. It has to get spread. Like I notice a lot of people, like it's hard, especially when you go to everybody's streams, but I try to remember to like people's streams and leave a comment, even if I watch the video later, because I know that YouTube counts the likes, it counts the comments, because you could have a hell of a chat going, and you guys have sat with me. Some of you sat with me for 2.5 hours. We've had an insane amount in the chat, but that they don't really count that. They count did someone like it, did someone share it, you know, that kind of thing. And then it kind of pushes you around a bit. But some of it, Mini Warm Up too, I think it depends. Like when I released that little tank video, it's 3 minutes and 20-something thousand views. But when I released it, it was about the time all that stuff was coming out too. So it was something that was sought after. And I don't know, man. I'm not an expert. I could build you a website but I'm not an expert on SEO, and SEO doesn't even play, search engine optimization. It's not the same as it used to be, and the way that Google and these others change how they view what's important and how they place it. It's all significantly changed over the last few years. So what it boils down to, Mini Warmut, is I just gotta do my thing. If people like it, that's cool. If they don't, that's cool. I can only be me. I can't change it for other people. You know what I mean? So um, that's it. Oh, thank you, Superfly. You subbed. Awesome. I appreciate it, man. Um, and so you guys have suggestions or things you want to see, let me know. You can tell it's kind of like we'll do pretty much a little bit of everything. What was I going to say here? Just a second. I wanted to look back in the chat on something there. Yeah, and Superfly, I'll let you know on the Rust stuff. What happens, because I want to show it off. I think it would just be, it's just going to be a good thing. It can only help. I mean, well, for your channel, Mini Warmup, what you're doing is working, so just keep doing it. Butterfly, you dabble in everything that catches your eye. Yes. So that's like what we do. If people ask us specifically, well, what do you specifically game in? Well, games. A lot of miniatures, absolutely. Probably predominantly more miniatures, but we do board games and other games and things like today at the coffee shop. We only had about 20 minutes and we just did, well, YouTube hasn't finished processing it, but it was just, Wings of Glory. It's a fun, simple, straight game. And, well, it does hurt the channel a little bit, Mini Warmut, from what I've learned. And the reason is if you dedicate yourself to one niche, okay, like you'll see a Fortnite channel or a Call of Duty channel, or well, it's usually those two. So you pick a channel like that, or Minecraft. So if that's all they do is dedicated Minecraft, and I have nothing against Minecraft. I have spent many hours building things. I like it because it's creative. But if you start changing up what you do, yeah, it's easier if you just have one niche. Like if you were just going to do just Zombicide and you stuck with just Zombicide, and that's all you ever did, the traction you would build eventually, it would build up beyond that. The problem is, Mini Warmut, you and most of the guys I know, we do gaming. Some of us are focused in one area predominantly, but dabble in others. And as soon as you veer a little bit, it's more like a talk show, right? So the subjects change. It's always gaming or gaming related, right? But the subject is different. So the title is different, and then it gets categorized different and placed different and catches different people's eyes. And most people are in the video game world. There's millions of people who do tabletop, but there's tens of millions who do video games. So it's what we're doing is way down here interest-wise as to, I mean, you could just do crazy stuff too. Look at some of the things I don't even think are appropriate that are way up there, but they are, just because you're like, but I wouldn't want my channel associated with a lot of this stuff either. So just keep doing what you're doing, because you got people following you, Mini Warmut. I mean, even if they're like me and they're a bit crazy, we follow you. We'll comment, we'll share your videos, and so on. So, hey, I wouldn't worry about whatever. If it works, it works. I already have a job. So if I become rich and famous off doing this, okay, who wouldn't want that? But is it a necessity? No, I already got a job. I'm already broke. This is my hobby, man. Yeah, okay. So here you go, Millers. I was reading yours there for a second. It is hard to branch your channel in different directions, okay? And so you will not get the same. Well, so for in our hobby, right, miniatures and all that, Millers. So just speaking to you, right? What's the most popular of all? A lot of it is Warhammer, but look at how many Warhammer channels there are. Now, there's a very famous guy out there that I used to watch. He grew really quick. Everybody likes him, and he does a good job. But you know what? He's run out of content. You know why? Because he's in one niche, one game. So when you hit the wall, then what? I'm not going to hit a wall. Well, I might to clear my head because sometimes it shakes up the voices, Miller. But there's no wall for me to hit or for Mini Warmutt to hit or really for you in historical stuff, because look at all the directions you can go in history. You're not focusing on one historical game going and, if you do that, you'll build the following, but eventually your content kind of stall. My content and yours and the others that I talk to, it's not really going to stall. This other guy, I don't want to mention his name because I'm not tearing him down. He got a really big following, but it's like, and he's asking people a lot for ideas because he's hit the wall. He stuck with one thing. It got him fast tracked to one spot, but then, if you don't have to worry about it, Millers or Mini Warmutt or me or any of the other ones I talked, because table top stuff you're gonna branch out on a little. But yeah, it does come at a cost with notoriety, okay? But your guys' channels are well liked and well respected. And so don't respect me more to you. The numbers, I'm betting it does. It does to me. I'm sure it does to you guys. And you guys have a lot of respect, Millers, and so do you, Mini Warmutt. So, and so do you, Superfly. People like you, by the way, just by the way I watch them interact with you. So respect is it's a lot better than the numbers. With that, numbers eventually they'll come or they won't, but that isn't what makes it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess I look at it a little differently like that. But you're right, Miller. It does sometimes get no response. That's why I have different platforms, okay? So I might not get no response here on YouTube or very little. Maybe I'll get 20 views. Maybe I'll get 6. Maybe I'll take that video and upload it somewhere else and get 600 views or 4,000 views. You know that little video I did, you guys, where I said everybody wants to see miniatures, and what miniatures I do, and I scanned my table, and I said, look at this. And then I happened to have my granddaughter, and I turned the camera to her, and I said, this is my favorite miniature. Isn't she cute? That thing's got almost 5,000 views on another platform, and I did nothing with it other than my granddaughter is my favorite miniature. See? So I didn't do anything. I had fun with the baby. And it just took a life on its own. There was no special anything tags with it, just more or less what we do. I mean, look at that's all. Just do what you like and learn what you love, and don't worry about the rest of it, man, because people respect you and your channel, so it's all good. You're good. There's some things money can't buy, right, people? You can't buy respect. You can't buy people truly liking you. If you do, then it is not worth it. But it is an expensive hobby, and it would be nice. Although I can't complain. I have had a couple companies like Aries sent us a game one time to give away. Wolfun Miniatures gave us a god-awful amount of miniatures to go through. And so eventually things like that come up. Okay, and so Mini Warzone, welcome, sir. I'm glad you're here. And your comment just popped up. So there you go. There you go. You hit it and probably said it better than me, Mini Warzone, is you love what you're doing, right? We all love what we're doing. Everybody does, right, Pete? So either we enjoy what we're doing or we don't. I enjoy, it isn't just the miniatures. Like, I truly enjoy interacting with you guys, okay? I get on here and I love spending time with other people in the community. I've made a lot of friends over the years. I have a lot of respect for all you guys. I've learned a lot. There's things that you guys knew that I didn't, whatever, and vice versa. It's not all about analytics, man. That money don't mean shit when you die. When you die, you're not going to take any money with you. You're not going to take any of your stuff, right? So the most important thing to me in this life is your family, your friends, people that you love, and having people respect and care about your stuff. Like you, Mini Warzone, people like what you do. You have a lot of respect also. That you can't buy that, man. You can't go to the store and buy that. So I wouldn't worry about the analytics. You have people that follow you for a reason because they appreciate what you guys do. They like what you guys say. And that's why they follow you because you're not paying them to follow you. So, you know what I mean? Just have fun with it. The numbers are just numbers. It only means something to YouTube. You know why? Because they sell ads and they make money. YouTube is what? It's a business that other people built for them off of their content, and then they sell advertise. So it's just an advertising platform. That's all YouTube is. It's an advertising platform. That's it. So Mini Warmut says, "Hey Pete, get a Zombicide game out, man. Maybe you should do one with Pete, Mini Warmut, like when me and you did the one game. So why don't you do that? See if he wants the game with you there. I mean, like the $6 million man. You guys remember that show? We have the technology. We have it. This service here is fairly inexpensive, man, that I used, and I told Mini Warmut it works just fine. Switch back and forth between cameras, do what you gotta do, and have guests that hop on. Like, I don't know, if 3 or 4 of you want to jump on and talk live, all you gotta do is click a link I'll send out, and boom, you're on. So do I pay for this? Yeah. Why? Well, I don't know. I buy coffee because I like coffee. I want to interact with people, so I'm going to do this too. And if I'm in the hobby, just like you guys are, no matter what version of it you're in, it all costs money. So really $15 that this costs for a month is not, it's not going to matter, in the end. And yes, Mini Warzone, you're right. Mini Warzone does have a lot of stuff out there. And you guys should check his channel out. Especially those of you that are going to watch this after it's all said and done. Me? Are you talking to me, Mini Wormut? Yes, Pete. It is because one true friend, there's no price tag on, right? This is not, didn't mean it to be philosophical gamers today. It's just, there ain't no price tag on that stuff. Like you can't pay for it. Oh yeah, I'm ready for a game. Yes, me. Okay, yeah, I'm ready. I didn't know if you were talking to me or Pete, sir, but yes. You just need to let me know when. Just send me a message and say, "Hey, Greg, blah blah blah." I think. Hold on a second. I can do it any day, but I have to go back and check on something here for a second, you guys. I just cannot do it May 17th because I'll be on Kaiser's show with him, having some fun. So anytime other than the 17th of next month, Mini Warmut, we can figure it out. Well, hey, Mr. Annex, how are you, sir? I'm glad you stopped by. Hopefully life's been treating you very well. But yeah, whenever you'd like to, Mini Warmut, whenever you'd like to. And so, Dave, you didn't see earlier, but I got some T72s to put together, man. Just a few. So that's Greg's goal for later. After dinner, I'm going to try to hide from the dog and put these together because I don't have any kids or anyone to bother me till about 10. Well, Millers, you want to do a show and come on my show? Or if you're not afraid, I'll come on your show. Either way, we can hang out if you want, or any of you guys. I know Mini Warmut was terrified of popping on our show. He was like, I don't know if I can trust this Greg guy. But we have fun, don't we, Brian? And Dave does too. David actually, with Mr. Annex, he challenged He challenged me and Ashley long ago to a Wargamers challenge. So that's where I got to know him from. And he's like family too. He just lives in Canada, and for some reason, Canada doesn't want me to go out there. I don't know why. Something about a passport and rules and all this crap. So, yeah. You did? You picked up 3 carnations? You're talking about artillery right there. Those carnations are nasty too, by the way, because they can also shoot at. It's only artillery that can lower the gun and shoot at the other tanks, which is nasty. And it can shoot while moving, makes it even nastier. Mini Warma, as long as you see the deposits on Tuesday, I'm running a little low this week, sir. I don't know. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. You guys just have fun. The analytics are nice to a degree to just kind of see the interest, but it just all depends where you put the video too. And YouTube's a crowded platform. There are other places to put your stuff. This is just one of them, you know. So like now, while I'm talking to you, this isn't just going to YouTube. This is going to my Facebook group and my Facebook page. So it'll get recorded there. I'm just going to sit there too. So it's going to 3 places, not just one. The only drawback to this is because the way Facebook is set up, it does not let you know who's talking to you from Facebook. Oh boy, so you have a gamer girl too, don't you, David? She picked out a Jag Tiger. Nice, nice. Those are overkill, sir. So she picked a really good, tank. Yeah. Good luck going against those things. They're pretty heavy duty. And Zvezda models are, I've told you before, I like Zvezda, has pretty good quality. I do like it. I have their game sitting up there as Tactics of War, so it's a pretty good game. And their models are very detailed. I like Zvezda models. Actually, I think a lot of companies copied from them because they were out before a lot of these other ones. And so somewhere somebody got the idea and said, hey, let's take model building and make tabletop games out of them, and we'll sell more models. And guess what? It worked. It worked really well. By the millions, it worked. So, yeah. You never know when an idea is going to take off. So these though, Dave, the Jade Panther, yeah. Jade Tiger's pretty tough. My Tiger tanks are pretty tough, but the Panzer IIIs and the Panzer IVs hold up very well also in most of the games that I've played with. If you're playing the Team Yankee stuff, then the Leopards, the Leopard 2s hold up. I don't have any of the Leopard 2As, the newer ones, because I have nowhere to put it. My case is full with my Team Yankee stuff, so I haven't gotten any of those. Modeling for Advantage. They're good guys, man. I followed them. I think I joined up under them when they just had like a couple hundred people at the time. So I've followed them for quite a long time. Generally, I don't get a chance to see their show till after work because of the time. It's a 6-hour time difference. So a lot of their stuff I watch after. I don't always get a chance to watch it live because it's on when I'm at work. And something about the job, they want me, I don't know, they don't want me to pay me to watch YouTube videos, or it's some kind of rule. So, but yeah, I was just saying that, Brian, only because I can do it any other day but that day. Actually, because I think that's Tuesday. I'll have to double check the calendar and see. I got to make sure because I actually will be taking off work that day a little bit early, so for an appointment, and then I can do it. But that's cool that your daughter's doing the tanks. I mean, like I said earlier, man, getting the ladies into it is fun. They're highly competitive, and it's just fun to have them in there. Like Keegan will tell you that my granddaughter Jaden will run him in circles and shoot him down. He hates that. She'll just get on him and just you know. But then again, she knows how he plays and she'll go after him. So, you know, oh, you got some patents you're gonna build? World of Tanks. Yep, World of Tanks is fun too. I mean, it kind of sucks that Gale Force 9 just dropped tanks and just dropped it and then went to World of Tanks. But I have enough of the tanks and the old school stuff to keep playing that and some of their modern age you can play with Team Yankee. So, but World of Tanks starter box is pretty much worth it. I mean, you get the 4 tanks, it's $40, but then you get all the other stuff. So you're kind of ahead of the game if you get that starter box, and it's enough that you got variety to play with. Plus, they have more tanks coming, from what I understand. But yeah, that's the way to do it, man. Get the kids involved because it's fun to play with your kids too. I mean, I don't know, I enjoy it. I'm glad my kids still want a game, and my only regret is just not having as much time as I'd like to. The game, that's about it. Otherwise, yeah. But I have a little plethora of my desk here that I've got to straighten out, but it's all good. And most of it's getting done. Thanks to Mythos, he recommended a paint for me. So I'm going to try that on my, just pick some up. I'm going to try that on my Black Templars and see if it works better than the other stuff I was using. Because I kind of stopped working on them because I didn't like this. No, I like the color scheme of the Black Templars, and so that's why I wanted to paint some up. But I just didn't like this one paint. So we'll try the other paint. But yeah, we should, Mr. Annex, do a game too. So once me and Brian did that mini Wormut, that's what I'm saying. We all have the capability to all game with each other here and there, and it would just be fun for everybody's channel too. We'd kind of shake it up a bit. Everybody'd have some different types of content, and we'd all get to game together. I don't know, just an idea, you guys. And why not? Especially with dice towers and multiple cameras, it doesn't matter. The only thing I got to do with this sometimes is make sure I don't smack my head into it. But usually I'm pretty good. And these are handy to get, you guys. They're not expensive from Amazon, really. And this just has to go up over my monitor. But otherwise, if you want to run a cord through it, if you have a long enough cable, which I don't, it'll come down the pole and come out to your camera. And those help. Those help tremendously too. But yeah, you guys, that's where we're at with all this. But that Necron's done for Keegan. These tanks are almost done. All my rest of my Warhammer stuff is done except for the Black Templar. So I'm just completing stuff as I go. And it looks like a cluster, but it's an organized mess. But I know where stuff's at. Yeah, I will keep you in the loop there, Dave. That's no problem. So, I mean, you gotta, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know why not. We could all do it. We could just have fun. That's what we're here for, right? Anyways, is to have fun for the most part. So, and there's shows coming up, and with a lot of the areas being back open, the gaming conventions and gaming shows are starting to spring up everywhere. That's pretty nice, pretty helpful. What about Russian infantry? Yeah, you can go ahead and, I don't have any in that box. It came with the T-72s and the 2 Hinds. It didn't come with any Russian infantry, but infantry millers is not too expensive for Team Yankee, really. And they're like for the East Germans. I have infantry. I have just about everything for that army, and it makes it a little bit more fun, right? To do. What am I doing with this? Aha. Hold on a second. So I'm going to switch back over to that other camera. Hold on a second. Here you go, Millers. There's some of my infantry guys. Now, they're painted, but I haven't based all of them. Like, these are just been, for the most part, been taking time trying to paint them and get them done. but I haven't done the basing on these. These I did a little bit of basing. I experimented with different stuff. These little weasels, these are kind of cool. They're armored up, but I had to buy helicopters to deploy those. So yeah, I had to buy 2 Hueys to put those on the field. But the miniatures will be just like that, little guys, and you can field them however you want. I mean, the ones with the missile groups work really well against the tanks, and you know, I don't know if Superfly's still here, but he was asking earlier about the tanks. See, when you just take the tanks and they're a little bit bigger than you would think. And these are the Leopard 2s, but not the Leopard 2As that they have, which are even stronger built. And then that foam case there, I got that from Miniature Market. The modern Soviets, I can look into that, David. And then you said you got, you got them for your birthday, but you're missing some of your miniatures. Oof. Oh, good night, Mini Warzone. Thanks for stopping by, man. And keep up the good work. Your show is good, sir. Have a good day. I'm glad he stopped by. Well, let us know when you get those back from Battlefront there, because they should. I've heard pretty good stuff about Battlefront. I mean, I haven't heard any terrible stuff. I mean, if you get something wrong, they're usually pretty good about correcting it. But yeah, I mean, but see these here, oh, goodness, some of these, I've got to paint up some more. I still have, because I brought that Team Yankee starter set, I still got some Americans to paint up also. But for right now, there were a bunch of these, and I magnetized them, David. That's always fun to do. Oh, the Italians. So you were missing. You know what was funny? I'm going to tell you something funny. In the one, this box, this Flames of War box that you guys all knew I was working on, right? This one, the starter force. I ended up getting an entire extra. I mean, I put everything together. Look at this. There's an entire extra sprue. Like, just extra. There's nowhere for it to go. No bases. But it's an MG. They're all machine gunners. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll just go buy a little thing of bases, and there we go. Yeah. So sometimes that happens too. What did you miss, Mini Wormut? Yeah. Oh no, you got to say goodbye to your grandson, man. That's more important. Dave, Mr. Annex, look, this is a dice tower, a Doctor Who dice tower that Keegan printed up for my son's girlfriend. I showed that off earlier, but I don't think he saw it. So little bits of cleanup, but otherwise the print was real good. Now what I've got to do is just stop Keegan. He's just printing and printing and printing. And pretty soon he's going to have a store, But I wanted to show that to you before I switched it back over. Oh, hey, Mini Wormut, I don't know how old your grandson is, but does he like the gaming stuff too? If not, then you can certainly show him. Yeah, so Dave, my youngest son, Dylan, his girlfriend, wasn't sure about this whole tabletop thing. So he asked her, well, do you like Star Wars? She's, oh, yeah. So boom, he got her to play a game of X-Wing, and that was it. She's hooked. So Keegan thought it'd be a good idea to make him a dice tower. And I said, yeah. And so she likes Doctor Who. So she's ecstatic I gave this to her. So she left it with me because she wants me to paint it. She's terrified to paint it. I'm like, I could do some white highlighting on it, like the police, lettering and stuff, but it doesn't really need to be painted too much. And So yeah, she's excited. So she's into the gaming thing. And you're oh, he's 1? Oh, well, yeah, he's a little young then, Mini Warmut. So that's okay though. That's okay. It's okay for them to be young. But yeah, we'll see you guys. This is why I like hanging out. Everybody loves their family. Everybody loves the game. Everybody respects each other. That just goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Numbers are numbers, man. Love and respect, those ain't numbers. Can't buy them. It doesn't. Just isn't going to mean anything in the end. The love and respect will, but those analytics won't. Yeah, you're going to have to watch them anymore. It will give you an excuse too. You know, not that you need much of an excuse, but doesn't hurt to say, well, the grandson bought it. You know, wanted to buy this, and hey, you could take him to the local donut shop, spend $2, or the game store and spend $100, which would cost you more. But what's healthier? This or a donut? See what I mean? Then you could sell the health aspect of it if it works. I mean, if it doesn't work, find another aspect. But I think you'd be okay. Just tell him you learned it in group by that guy Greg, and that's all you gotta do, right? Seriously, man. I used to smoke years ago. If I could pay money for cigarettes, I can pay money for plastic and still not be out any difference because, you know, and smoking costs money, especially these days. A lot. But yeah, I think my biggest problem is Mini Warmut is I'm running out of storage. And oh, you got donuts and minis on Fridays. I'm coming to your house, David. I didn't say not to have donuts. I'm not against donuts. I'm saying it's a healthy choice. A healthy choice. I'm not trying to infringe on anything, but sprues would be healthier. Let's put it that way. Sure, for sure. Boom. Boom is right. Boom, boom. So there you go. I could sell that, couldn't I? I'm not a professional, by the way, people. I run a group, but and everybody you know will always tell you group's good for you. I'm just not licensed. I'm not a therapist or anything else. So I make no medical claims running this show. It's just my opinion and whatever the voices come up with. You think you're done with Romans? Yeah. I'll bet you by the time you're all done with all that. But you guys had fun. You and McMurray, didn't you? I mean, you guys had a good time. So, but anytime you do a run on just one thing, yeah, you kind of want to change gears sometimes. But so far, your guys' stuff come out really good. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. Like a paint challenge on one thing, I think wouldn't be too bad. I don't. Yeah, after a while, it would be tough. I could see where that would be tough. Well, hello, Taylor. You're just playing in the background. You got to keep them things clean. Good job, sir. Good job. They function better clean, by the way. Um, so, Taylor, I'm glad you're there listening in the background. That's cool. But yeah, so what we could all do then is let's just go meet up there with David, and then we'll swing by Taylor's. We'll do it on Friday in Mini Warmut, so we get donuts and miniatures, um, and we'll go from there. 10 jinkies. Yeah, 10's a little bit. Yeah, considering. Remember, Taylor, you can only hold one at a time, at least accurately. But if you got 10, more power to you, sir. Oh boy. But anyways, you guys, it's it's interesting things that just kind of pop up. Trying to get with Keegan a little bit to might do some short videos, some of the other stuff Keegan got from the auction, only because I've had a couple people ask me, "What all did you get?" But it might be better to just do a couple of 1 minute things on that. It might be easier, and just to throw that up then. But this Team Yankee stuff he got was just too good of a deal to pass up, and it helped that person that I guess the person was, I believe, passed away, and that's why the auction was there. So hopefully all the money went to the family that needed it, and we got some good deals out of it and have some fun. Now I've got a force I can play with against myself if I have to, or against Keegan and his pesky little Americans, and gonna have fun that way too. Sorry, looking around for our spider that was on here earlier. He was climbing up the wall, and I went to go smack him, and he jumped before I could get to him. So hopefully he's not over there by my feet. Many more, but you think he's on your side in the country? Probably. But wait a minute, I didn't see that. You were munching on a burrito? So, you got to eat already, Mini Warmut? Maybe we should just do a gamer's food channel. I could talk about the things I cook, and you could show people all the food you have delivered. And together, I don't know. We could come up with something though. Because gamers do like to eat, right? They do like to eat. And burritos are good. Burritos are actually easy for you to eat while you're gaming and stuff. Ugh. So I don't know, guys. What are you doing that's interesting? I know what Mini Wormut's doing with his Romans and all of his terrain, and Taylor, other than cleaning things, what have you done anything with miniatures at all lately? If so, let us know. Otherwise, if you got to clean that, then clean that. That's important too. I understand that. But yeah, it's been another good week. I really can't complain about getting things accomplished. And interestingly, even if it's only for a few minutes, I've been able to so far several times a week sit down even for 10 or 15 minutes. That's my problem, is I want to sit down for 2 or 3 hours. I can't do much in a few minutes, but at the end of a week or two, I've accomplished a lot, even just taking a few minutes here or there. And so yeah, pretty much mostly caught up, and me and Keegan gonna do some more gaming on next weekend too. The one we did today, like I said, it was just a short little Wings of Glory one from the coffee shop. We're gonna do, well, we want to do some more Team Yankee, and we'll do some more Kill Team too. But I want to get some of these out. I got a force too, but we need to have something to play against, and so this will work out good, I think. And we'll get that going too. So yeah, that's the one good thing about us meeting on Sundays. We know we're going to game at least once a week, and in between we can get things done. So setting a schedule to game actually kind of works a little bit for us. And it's just our problem is, what game? Are we going to play Aliens, or are we going to play, I want to do another game of Oak and Iron, because the ships were actually a lot funner than it looks like. It doesn't look like it's fun. Oh, you're setting your stuff up now, Mini Wormut? Do you have to go? So if you gotta go, man, that's okay. If you gotta set your stuff up, set it up. I completely understand that, sir. You gotta do what you gotta do, and that's it. Nah, you don't gotta go. Well, are you gaming against somebody else then tonight, Mini Wormut, or are you just setting the game up tonight? You can set it up and listen to my chin wag. Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. So what I ought to do just to mess you up is just get a translator, and I'll just start talking in a different language, and then you'll have to decode it on your end. Make it more interesting from you. Ooh, maybe the wife? Yeah. Maybe she can get on there and win. That might be good for you there. Or a solo game. Yeah, hopefully your wife will join you. That would be pretty cool if she does. It's just funner that way. You can do solo games. There's nothing wrong with those either. That's one of the things I liked about Aliens is that Another Glorious Day in the core game is just really well done for doing it solo. And there's no cheating on it. You know what I mean? It's just you're gonna either win or lose. You have the Marvel United game. She thinks the chibis are cute. Yeah, I haven't picked up the Marvel United game, so I'll take your word for it if it's good or not. But right now, I'm finishing up mostly my stuff is mostly war orientated. You know what I mean? So I've got a lot of that stuff done. And the next thing I want to do after I put these tanks together, mini Warmut, is I want to get the other Western figures I got, at the game convention there from Wiley's Games. I want to get them painted up. Like I said earlier, I was just experimenting on that one. I think it come out good enough. I'm confident now I can go ahead and I've got enough browns and off colors to do the others. So there's just a lot of brown in the Western stuff. So that's the next thing I'll be working on too. So when we game, you can see the miniatures too. But yeah, most definitely send me when you want a game, and we'll, other than the one day, I can pretty much work around it. And anytime after like 4 in the afternoon during the week, I could do something if I know in advance. Or Saturdays, I'm good on that all day for the most part. Sundays are a little difficult because unless you just want to do like go ahead and game during, and that could be my show. I could do that too. That's fine. But I just want to get the game in and get that going. So there we go, you guys. That's about it for what Greg had to say this week. I mean, there's quite a bit of stuff I've got done, and once these are out of the way, I know what it is. The one thing that's going to hold me up is I ran out of magnets. So I've got to get some more magnets because when it comes to putting the turrets on the tanks, I just am a firm believer in the magnets. They're just way better. It's much more of a, especially if you ever have where you could switch turrets out, like on some of the World War II ones, like, you have shorter, longer barrels, you can swap them out, and the magnets just make it super easy to do. Oh, so there's some unruly guys looking to mine a claim, huh? So, did this breeze whisper to you what Greg will have to do? Like, is he going to have to defend this claim, or yeah? You let me know. I also got to get on their website there and print out some cards or work up some character cards, which is something, if you don't mind, Mini Wormut, I'd have to call you. But I can't pay $4.99 a minute anymore, sir. Can I just have a free phone call this time? And that way I know you can help walk me through that. That would be appreciated. You're doing a story on me, huh? Crazy coot just wandering around. Yo, does he talk to squirrels? Okay. He talks to squirrels, and I know who the crazy person is. I know him. I got you. But I will have to call you on the other to make sure I do the character setups on that. Correct? Yeah, and that's the thing I like about it there, Mini Wormwood, is you can sit there and you can build these cards. And that's cool. Now, I just have to really go over all the traits because other than playing it the one time and then videoing it the other, I just haven't had a chance to really go through it. So that's why I said if you sent me a day whenever you think, I would just like, that way I have some time to reread everything, and I want to get the cards for my characters made and that way we'll take it from there. But it is a pretty fun rule system, and it can be applied to all these other games. So that's what makes it even better. Makes it even better. But I'm telling you, sir, when I'm done with this stuff, which there's not a lot left, at some point I want to go get those. I might just buy Star Wars Legion just for the characters. I mean, I could keep that rule book too, but I wouldn't mind using the Galactic Heroes and doing that. But get the authentic, Star Wars guys to use them with. Just because I like the Star Wars universe, I always have. That and westerns. So I'm kind of cracked. And well, Taylor, are you still there? I think Taylor's still there listening. Hopefully so. Well, when you get a chance, Taylor, we could do some gaming too if you'd like. So this invitation's open to anybody. If you guys want a game, let me know. Well, we can figure something out. And I don't know. We got the technology to have fun. So it may as well be used for good, not evil. And remember that it's healthy for you to game. And the guy that runs the group said so. So that's all you gotta do is, if your doctor asks, or your wife or your significant other, where'd that money go? It's for your mental health. That's where it went. Because it makes you feel good. At least it does me. I wonder, Minnie Wormut, wonder if I could just hold up a sign out by the freeway just saying, broke tabletop gamer needs help. I'll bet you other gamers might help. Use a computer and not a cell phone. Okay, Minnie Wormut. All right, so Mr. Anik says the patents are more enjoyable to build than the Abrams. They are? Or is it just because they're easier? I haven't built them, so I don't know. But if they're easy, are they easier to build? Is that just easier to go together? Oh, yeah, Taylor. Hey, man. I'm sorry to hear about your mom there, but you do what you got to do. The other stuff you're talking about, I agree with you. So do a few million other people. So you just make sure you take care of the important things, because you're right. You can't eat this. But in this case, it's here. So I'm going to game with it. And that's okay, Minnie Wormut. You can tease. It's all right. I know you're just goofing off. That's why I was goofing off with you about your motorized massage chair with the heat and all that stuff that you have. So they're easier. Mr. Anik says, all right. Yeah, I don't know. But if they're easier and more enjoyable, then have fun with it. You do a lot of building on tanks, so if it's more enjoyable, then by all means, enjoy it. I like building this stuff. I really do. And then of course painting them. So to me, the whole miniature thing, it's all of it. You don't, like I said before, you don't have to have things painted to play with them. Wouldn't be somebody that would say, oh no, I'm not going to game because it's not painted, or you have to paint it. But I would prefer myself to be able to have it painted and done. That's just what I prefer to do. And I enjoy doing it because painting to me is relaxing. So, people go, how's it relaxing, Greg? You're listening to like Metallica and heavy metal and stuff. Yeah, it's because it's relaxing. I can crank up my music and paint, and my mind is just free to paint, right? So that's all I can say. Oh, Taylor, Yeah, I talked to him a little bit. He just said he had some internet things, and I was going to call him anyways after the show and see how he's doing. Um, because I haven't heard a lot from him either there. So yeah. And oh, okay. So you're going to order some game tiles and make a huge game board. So yeah, I those game tiles that Keegan got from the auction. I think we showed you guys on the one show. Those are nicely done, man. And they're big. They're 2 foot by 2 foot tiles that are made out of plywood, like half-inch thick plywood. So they're not lightweight junk. And the top has all been done, plaster coated, paint. I mean, this, and it looks like a worn, torn battlefield. And so he's got 6 of them. You can place those together, and you got this massively big area to plan. Or if you just use one of them, you could do a small kill team type of game too. So yeah, those tiles are interesting. And the local hobby shop that I go to, they have tiles. They have gaming tables, the actual 4x6, and then they've got these pre-made tiles that set down. Some of it's hilly terrain, some of it's snowy or whatever, and like a winter terrain. And they set into this table, which I have no idea what that costs, to be honest with you, but probably more than I could do. But this other stuff that was homemade, you could do. And David said, as long as you're not just slapping sprues on the table, you're good. Um, oh, yeah. You don't want to slap the sprues down too hard because you might break something. But it is what it is, man. It works out good. And so far, like I said, pretty much getting caught up. I show you guys a little bit every week, and through the week I kind of paint. So on my desk, like earlier, there's a mixture of my Space Marines, 2 Necrons, and some T-72s. Yeah, it's because it's a little bit of every, but and a cowboy. But that's because that's what I'm working on. The other ones I want to get some pictures on. They came out really good, but they're done. And yeah. So once these are done, we're going to do a Team Yankee game because I think that would be fun to do. We'll do that from the coffee shop on one of these Sundays so you guys can watch that. And Taylor, yep, I will. I'll let you know there, Taylor, how things are a little bit later and see what's what. But just last I knew, he said he was having some internet issues. Yeah. Now, once I'm done with these, we're going to go backwards to some of that historical stuff, and I'm going to pull out those Woo Fun miniatures, and I'm just going to do one night, probably somewhere. I don't know what would be a good time for you guys, but I kind of randomly just did a stream a few weeks back. I might just randomly here or there do that too. If I'm left alone, everybody's gone, working or whatever, then I might just for the heck of it, just do some of the stuff like that too, because those miniatures are pretty awesome miniatures, and I need to go through finish getting those set up too. I've got enough gaming stuff to game. I mean, just need more time to game. So, but it's all good. I think I got all the comments there. I just like to double check because Mini Warmut throws some sarcastic humor in there. I don't want to miss any of it. You're off. There you go. I say that and you just throw that up there. All right, Mini Warmut. Well, you take off. You have fun. And zombies are my fun. I like the zombie stuff. The Walking Dead show I enjoyed too. So you take care too, Mini Warmut. Mini Warmut says to everybody else, take care. And we will. We will do the best we can, sir. Don't let the zombies get you. And for the rest of you guys, I think I'll go ahead and let you go so I can head out and get some dinner. But I appreciate everybody coming by and saying hi for sure. It always makes it more enjoyable, and I do appreciate it, you guys. If you don't mind, give it a thumbs up if you liked. because that does help the video move a bit, a lot. And so thank you. But I will let you guys go. Taylor, be careful out there. And David, save me some donuts, please. And the rest of you, I appreciate you coming by. If you got any questions or you want to be on, let me know. You just send an email to gamerswithcoffee@gmail. I'll get it. Or you can message me through the Facebook page or the group. Let me know. Or add me as a friend on Facebook if you want. Let me know. It's all good. Until the next time, you guys, I'm going to go walk the dog and get some dinner, and I'll catch up with you later. So thank you for coming by. I do appreciate it.